What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Monkey Flop here, and today I got your gaming news, baby. If you guys do enjoy these videos, make sure to hit a like, comment down below, support your boy. If you guys are new, subscribe with those bell notifications turned on. Let's go ahead and get right into it. We will be talking about the PlayStation 5. The game's looking like PlayStation 4. Is PlayStation 5 worth it when it launches? We're going to be talking about all of that. I'm also going to need your help with a very touchy subject, so you guys will know when I'm talking about it. Just let me know in those comments down below. You know, we're going to be... You'll get it in just a second. But first off, I actually wanted to talk about Ubisoft. Now, there's a couple of things. One thing is that a lot of fans are praising Ubisoft because they're going to be bringing Rainbow Six Siege over to the PlayStation 5. There's a lot of people still playing Rainbow Six Siege to this day. Now, we don't know if there's going to be new content that's going to be available right at launch with the PlayStation 5, or if it's just going to be a simple port over. Now, there's a lot of confusion when it comes to backwards compatibility and what is it? What are we going to be able to do? A lot of fans are concerned that backwards compatibility means, yeah, we'll be able to play the games on the PlayStation 5 that we have for the PlayStation 4, but what about online multiplayer? That question has yet to be 100% completely answered by Sony and PlayStation, so we'll have to wait and see once the official reveal happens and we get more details on the PlayStation 5. But as of right now, all we know is that the games that we own for the PlayStation 4 will be playable on the PlayStation 5. But that leads me to my next, game that I actually wanted to talk about is The Division 2. Ubisoft basically has confirmed that The Division 2 will not be coming to the PlayStation 5. So what does that mean? Rainbow Six Siege is coming to the PlayStation 5, but The Division 2 is not coming. What does that mean, and how does that affect us? And, the whole multiplayer part of it that I was talking about just a second ago, a lot of people are worried that you won't be able to play The Division 2 multiplayer on the PlayStation 5 with a PlayStation 4 game. So again, let's take a back seat on this and let's wait until the official announcement and we get more details on this. But if they have backwards compatibility, I would hope and assume that the backwards compatibility also went alongside of the PlayStation Network and multiplayer games in general. Next up, I want to give you guys a fair warning because COD MW has got a new thing that they're putting in the game. I'm being very vague on purpose here, but I wanted to give you guys a warning that if you come across any of these leaks or any of these things, this is like a big warning, okay? But you guys will probably fill me in those comments down below. But I wanted to give you guys a big warning because Activision's actually taking action on anybody sharing this information. And in fact, some people are going as far as to say that it's already playable in the game, and if you actually are able to get into one of these lobbies and actually able to play, don't share any footage, don't share any video clips or anything in between, because people are getting taken down on Twitter, they're getting taken down on Instagram, Facebook. I'm talking about their accounts being suspended. Twitch is another thing. YouTube, people are getting copyright strikes for this, for sharing the images. So again, I'm being very vague on purpose, because you already know, but wanted to give you guys a fair warning for that one, because I know some people are really excited about it and want to share it, or maybe re-upload stuff that they've already seen from other people, and it's kind of like a big no-no. It's uncharted territory that it'll be very bad. So just a fair warning on that one. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the PlayStation 5 because, man, oh man, oh man, it seems like everybody that I talk to is very excited about the PlayStation 5, very hyped about the PlayStation 5. But what we've seen so far is there's games that, you know, are questionably like, okay, is this going to be a PlayStation 5 game and also going to be available on the PlayStation 4? Or was this game developed for the PlayStation 4 and they're porting it over to the PlayStation 5? A lot of people have a lot of questions. Okay, so if I buy a PlayStation 5 at launch, am I going to notice a significant difference in the game's quality? And am I going to notice a difference that this is a PlayStation 5 game and this is a PlayStation 4 game? Is there going to be any difference whatsoever? And that's a big concern, to be completely honest with you. And if we look back at the PlayStation 4 when it first got released, there were some significant upgrades as far as graphics goes from the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 4. And you could definitely tell, like, okay, this was meant to be released on the PlayStation 3 and that was meant to be released on the PlayStation 4. But I would want to say that times have changed a little bit. We get the PlayStation 4 Pro, and let's be honest, how many of us own an 8K television in our homes that is going to notice a difference from 4K gaming resolution to 8K gaming resolution? Another thing to consider is the fact that all of these games will be backwards compatible. You know, when moving into the future, like all the PlayStation 4 games will be compatible with the PlayStation 5, which means if the game developers design a game for the PlayStation 4, they can easily port it over to the PlayStation 5. And they really can't do it in reverse if the game is completely designed to push the limits of the PlayStation 5. They can't really backtrack and put it on the PlayStation 4 without some really significant changes and basically overhauling the game and redeveloping it for the PlayStation 4. Another thing to consider is that a lot of people own a PlayStation 4, and even though there's a lot of hype for the PlayStation 5, I mean, considering the fact that over 100 million units of the PlayStation 4 has been sold to this date, game developers know that, and game developers know that most gamers are still going to be buying games off of the PlayStation 4 for a year or two to come. Most people won't make the transition to the PlayStation 5 until several years after. It's only the hardcore gamers or maybe some of the casuals that get excited, but you know, there's a lot of people that are thinking like, okay, PlayStation 5 might not be worth it. Game developers know that, so they're going to continue to develop games on the PlayStation 4, and that's a whole long discussion that we could go on for days and talk about. But I'd love to know your guys' thoughts in those comments down below. 1, do you think that the games that are going to be released on the PlayStation 5 won't have any significant, you know, difference than what a PlayStation 4 game looks like? Or do you think, 2, there's going to be a big jump from PlayStation 4 games to PlayStation 5 at launch? We do know, obviously, the PlayStation 5 is going to be a beast, but more specifically, I wanted to talk about the games and the quality of the game on the PlayStation 5. So, man, it's crazy. It's even crazy to think about that. Here we are today talking about the PlayStation 5, and so many people excited about it, but give me your guys' honest feedback in those comments down below. Do you think that the PlayStation 5 is going to be worth it? I know a lot of my friends are like, you know what, I'm going to wait like a year or two before I get it because most of my friends are still going to be playing on the PlayStation 4. Sure, there's going to be some cross-platform play of games, but it all roots back to, is it going to be playable in regards to like multiplayer? Will that backwards compatibility also be there for multiplayer games? And if I own a PlayStation 4, will I be able to play multiplayer games with a friend that has a PlayStation 5? Let me know in those comments down below. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys again for watching this video. Make sure to hit a like. If you guys are new, please subscribe with those bell notifications turned on. That way you guys don't miss a single video that I come out with. We talk about a lot of different gaming news here. Sometimes we do tutorials. Sometimes I get to go to special events and showcase some of the latest and greatest games. and then we kind of talk about them and discuss them and kind of digest what we've seen. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys again. I will see you guys in the next news update. You guys are freaking awesome.